Hey y'all, hey babes, how's it going? Welcome back to YouTube channel. If you are already subscribed and you already kind of know what goes on around here. But if you are new, welcome, come on in and grab a seat. My name is Dyme LaShawn and this channel is dedicated to self-development of all kinds, self-enhancement of all kinds. So we focus on enhancing our bodies on the outside, on the inside, enhancing our minds, our spirit, our hearts on the inside. So it's just like it's an all-encompassing channel, okay? I wanted to go ahead and do this video because I am so behind, but I know that a large part of my audience really likes this type of content, and I realized that I haven't covered it. And I think I had recorded this maybe a couple months ago, but then I don't know what I did with the footage, so let's talk about it now. And that is my 1 year post-op from having surgery. I am about 1 year and 6 months out now. 1 year, yeah, 1 year and 6 months out now. So this would be a year and a half post-op. And I have some different things that I want to comment on and share for those who have just gotten surgery or are thinking about surgery and want to know what it looks like this far out. And yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, if you guys don't know this about me and you haven't seen my previous videos, and I'll link the playlist for plastic surgery on one of these sides. But if you don't know about my surgery journey, I got lipo and I had a breast augmentation. So details about my surgery. I went to Dr. Berman at Dolls Plastic Surgery down in Fort Lauderdale. That's Fort Lauderdale, right? I think so, in Florida somewhere, about 45 minutes from Miami, if that helps. And I don't have any complaints really about my surgery, but let's have a candid talk. So I'm glad that I didn't do elite body sculpture. It costed way too much, and I know for a fact that they wouldn't have been as aggressive with the lipo. And in a way, I kind of feel like maybe that is possibly a lower risk route. However, no risk, no gain kind of, because it all depends on what you're trying to have done, what you're trying to look like when you leave the table, when it's all said and done. And I was also told that after elite body sculpture, your holes are so small that they close, so a lot of that fluid is going to be retained, and you're going to have to basically secrete it via like urine, which takes a longer time because you're going to be bloated for a longer time. So let's bring that full circle. Details about my surgery. I went to Dr. Berman at Dolls Plastic Surgery last May. So this video is in 2022, so I went in May of 2021, got my surgery done. There are other videos detailing my whole entire experience, but just as an overview, that's pretty much what took place. I got a breast augmentation and I got lipo. Now lipo, I did not get 360. I know that that's normally what people get, but because I got a breast augmentation, I wasn't really that concerned about the back of me. I didn't really have that much back fat. My main goal when going to get my lipo was getting that little mommy pooch C-section area dealt with, and dealt with they did. So they just did the front and the sides. I pretty much had no issues with my surgery. I did not have any complaints about my surgery. My boobs turned out beautiful. They were so natural, especially once they dropped. And a year and a half later, I am pleased. Would I go back and get my breasts done? Possibly. Now, here's the thing. When I got my breasts done, I don't even know if there's really a way to show you a before and after of this on YouTube, but when I got my breasts done, I had consulted a couple of doctors, and they were basically telling me like, hey, you need a lift. I wanted to avoid a lift at all costs because I still had a small baby in the house. The healing process is a little longer and a little bit more tricky because you have incisions, multiple incisions on each breast. And the scarring can be kind of tricky to deal with, and I just wasn't in the space to want to deal with that, and I was avoiding it at all costs, okay? So I finally found a doctor, Dr. Berman, who told me that he could give me what I was looking for, just a regular breast augmentation with implants. We could do a bigger implant to fill the space and kind of fill up that skin laxity that otherwise would need to be dealt with a lift. he did a beautiful job. On one breast, however, on my right breast, it is a little more lax skin-wise because that was my baby's favorite boob when breastfeeding. So even though he lifted them perfectly, this one just kind of like, it like kind of, you know, snuggles to the side a little bit. Okay, so this is the best way that I can show you the differences in my breast skin laxity. Is by shadows. So you see this one, this shadow goes up a little higher because it sits up a little higher. My boobs are not being pushed up in any way. This is a sports bra. I'm just holding it low below the cleavage so you guys can see. And then this one, shadow is lower because the boob kind of rests a little lower. And where I'm pressing is like right over where the implant is. You see how this one is higher and this one kind of goes this way. And so that's just simply because of skin laxity, not because of anything my doctor did. I love my boobs. I think that they turned out perfectly. And I really don't have any complaints about that, which is fine. It's not my doctor's fault. It is the fact that I had skin laxity and I didn't want to lift. Would I get a boob job again? Yes, probably. If it started to sag too much, maybe I might get a boob job again, but I would still probably be avoiding a lift. So that would mean a bigger implant, and I don't know, okay? Overall, I feel like I got a 450cc implant. It was beautiful for me. It works for me. And I think Dr. Berman did a great job. He is known to be a lipo BBL surgeon though. And he just recently started doing breasts, I think a little short period of time before he started doing, before he did mine. And a lot of people ask me, look, wait, why did you go to him? And I'm like, because I wanted him to pay attention, okay? I feel like some people who are used to doing things, they just kind of be, I wanted him to take a little extra care with me, and I feel like he did an amazing job. And for him to be the only doctor that told me yes to not giving me a lift lets me know that he wasn't just trying to take my money, and he knew what needed to be done, okay? As far as the lipo, it's so funny because, again, he's a liposurgeon, and he's been doing that. That's his specialty. However, when he did my lipo, I got a lipo burn. You see? You know, it's kind of like, longevity doesn't really mean much. It just means that you're used to doing it. It doesn't mean that you're still gonna pay the same level of attention. So I don't really know how the burn happened. I don't know if it was due to some aftercare that I did improperly, or if it was the fact that too much fat was taken out. Yeah, the burn is ugly, y'all. And I'm gonna show you guys a picture of the burn and what it looks like a year and 6 months later, post-op. And then also I'm gonna show you guys what my midsection in front looks like. So this is what I look like a year and 6 months later. You'll see a small protrusion of skin at the top of my navel. That is due to stretching from when I carried my son. Overall, I love my contour and what my doctor did for me. However, lipo doesn't get rid of loose skin. That is currently what my lipo burn looks like. I know you guys see the abs under there. And this is the overall result. Now, anything that I would change about what I did, I think that for me, if I was given the opportunity to do the surgery all over again, what I would do was get the 360. I would get the 360 only because with lipo, once you get lipo, it's not like an end all be all. You get lipo and you still need to work on that body to make sure that it maintains the same proportions, because now the fat doesn't grow back evenly. It's gonna come because that's what the body does. It will harbor fat if you are having a high fat diet. But when you've had lipo, sometimes it could go to where you want it to go, and sometimes you can become kind of lumpy or dumpy looking, and it's important to make sure that you stay on top of that. Now for me, I haven't had any issues with my body looking a way I don't want it, but I would have just did the whole thing if I went back and did lipo, and then I probably would have advised my doctor to not be so aggressive with my sides, because I didn't have very much fat on the sides, and I think that maybe my doctor being aggressive as he should have been, and I appreciated it, that is what led to my lipo burn. Because though my lipo burn doesn't keep me up at night, it certainly is not pretty. So I'm going to be looking into some scar removal services, and then also I would have appreciated doing the 360 just so that I could have that streamlined all around look, because now that I have picked up a little weight, okay, because the girl's been eating, my back fat is just a little bit more there than I want it to be, and I feel like if I would have gotten the lipo there, it would have been less noticeable. Does that make sense? And that's pretty much the only thing I would have done differently. I feel like I did my massages properly. I feel like I did my post-op care properly, and I would definitely suggest that for you guys as well. If you are in the surgery realm or thinking about getting surgery, it's very important that you do your aftercare. It's very important that you stay on top of your massages and getting that fluid out, and making sure that you're eating well and you're avoiding inflammation. Inflammation is going to make you look fat and bloated a way longer time than you need to. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're flushing all that stuff out. You want to make sure that you're getting your massages and you're going to a reputable aftercare person that can get that stuff out, avoiding seromas and all of that. That was another thing, like looking back on my surgery, child, surgery is not for the weak. People always say like, oh yeah, they just lazy, they didn't want to go to the gym. No, it's not that, because the gym would have been easier than healing from lipo. Lipo hurts, baby girl. Lipo hurts. It's not a walk in the park, and it's expensive. It would be cheaper, and it would probably feel 10 times better to just go to the gym. I've been a gym girl and I've been a surgery girl, so honestly, in my opinion, the gym takes a little longer, but it's less pain. And looking back on it, I don't regret my surgery. I am so happy that I went and got it. It restored me to a place where I feel like I feel closest to myself pre-motherhood. I know a lot of people say like, oh yeah, you know, you're getting surgery and stuff like that, that means you don't love yourself. And I could not disagree more. I loved myself from the beginning. I love myself now. Nothing has changed. But I think that it's very important to say that, first of all, women have the right to do whatever they want with their bodies. But also too, when you go from having this right type body or having a body that, you know, you want to change, and then having the opportunity to change it, it just increases that feeling of I'm about what I say I'm about. You know what I'm saying? I had a baby, my whole body changed. I still deserve to look a way that is familiar to me. For those who want to change their body because they don't feel like themselves, they have the right to do that. For those who have worked out all their lives and accomplished a goal weight, and now they have extra skin, they want a little tummy tuck, now they want a little lipo, let them do what they want to do, okay? All right, I don't have one regret in my life about that surgery at all, okay? If I was to share anything with anybody about things you should expect going into surgery or beginning your surgery journey, I want to first and foremost say that you have to make sure your mental health is in a good place, because body dysmorphia, body changes, all the rest of these things will mess with your mind. And in those first initial processes of getting your body done and the drugs that you'll be on to combat the pain and all the rest of these different things, you will feel like, you know, an alien. At times you will feel like you're not yourself. You'll feel like, oh, the surgery wasn't good, it didn't work, oh my god, why did I do this to myself? You will have a lot of these questions and a lot of these little feelings that, you know, will not always feel good. And it's important for you to have a good grip on your mental health, to make sure that you aren't making unnecessary changes to your body, as well as making sure you know that these little icky feelings are not going to last. It's going to pass and everything's going to be just fine. So that's something that I would definitely suggest. In regards to my overall feelings on my 1.5 years post-op, I would say hell yeah. Okay, if I had any other plastic surgery services that I would want to get, I probably would get more lipo. I don't know. I really want my hips filled in. I don't know if I'll do that or not. And I don't know if I'll take the fat transfer route, because fat dies and I would hate to go through all that and then the fat doesn't stay. But I'm also looking into fillers. I really like the filler lane. It's pretty cool. It's just not permanent. So there's that. I am actually going to be putting out, I actually have a ebook for those who are interested in plastic surgery, and this is Plastic Surgery 101, just the basics, but the most important things that you need to know before you jump into the cosmetic surgery or body modification lane. Make sure you guys check the description box for the link. It'll be there. It's for immediate purchase, and then also it goes straight to your email address, so you don't have to wait for any shipments or anything like that. And if you guys, for anybody who purchases my ebook on Surgery 101, you guys are free to ask me any questions about it, any questions about my doctor, any personal questions in regards to the surgery at all. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. Another thing, looking back on my surgery, I want you guys to know, especially if you have any extra skin, any skin laxity, that these surgeries that you're getting, if it isn't a tummy tuck or isn't removing skin, a lot of the time it is not going to fix that laxity in your skin. A lot of the time it's not going to fix it, and you will have to look into other ways to alleviate that skin from being loose. Now, I didn't want any tucks or lifts because, again, the scarring is different. I still was required to be a mom every day. I didn't want to set myself up for that healing process. However, if you have a lot of extra skin, you have a lot of skin laxity, this is something that you may need. Obviously, you should check with multiple doctors to make sure that that's the best option for you. However, I noticed that when I got lipo, I had a little extra skin at the top, which you guys will be able to see reflected in my videos or in the clip that I put here. I had a little extra skin at the top, and there was really nothing that would get rid of it. I wore my faja, I did all the rest of that, I did KT tape. It just didn't like snatch it back together how I was expecting. So I watched a couple videos, and then I found derma rolling, and derma rolling has helped me immensely. So that was definitely something that I utilized in my journey. I just wanted to go ahead and put that in, that you may need to integrate some other ways to combat that extra skin if you are not looking to get a lift or a tuck. Now, I'm not sure if there's anything that you can do about breast laxity, but I know that for belly and abdomen laxity with the skin, there was something that I did called derma rolling. I will be putting out a video to show you guys what I did, what my journey was like a little later, maybe at the top of the year, because I'm still on my journey. I derma roll every 6 weeks. But it has helped me immensely, and I'm going to be sharing that with you as well. Let me know if you guys have gotten any recent surgery, what doctors you use. Have any of you guys gone to Dr. Berman? Let me know your experience, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Yeah, bye.